2 and 1.
What is up, guys, and welcome to the Alpha Dynasty Project. It's your boy Mario, along with the
El guapísimo Eddie Dorado, filling in for the two ladies that used to be here.
I know they're gone. Yes, and
Yes.
today we have a very special guest, guys. Somebody who's making the round, somebody who's making noise, somebody who's coming up in the world of the music. But I'm gonna let him introduce himself, because if I go on and on and on and on, I'm gonna tell his whole story. I'll let him be the one to tell it.
Neta.
¿Qué rollo, play? Su compa Jimmy Valdés, el artista. Saludos.
Yes. So Jimmy, getting into this whole thing, man. We're talking about this whole collaboration thing that you got going on. So first, I start with this. You're from South Central, right?
Originally born in Montebello.
Oh.
I grew up in South Central. I say a lot of, I mention South Central a lot porque pues ahí fue donde sí me crié pues.
Yeah.
I was raised there, and
So
that's
the
where a major portion of my life was spent right there.
That's a good deal, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's crazy, right? Because most people that think South Central, and like, I mean, most people that they get into the whole thing think automatically, oh, South Central, the hood, que esto y lo otro, and nothing comes good out of it. Nah, bro, you are definitely the proof is-
Amen.
the greatness comes out
Simon, a huevo. I fell down. That's where I caught my case, actually. I caught my case there. I lived there in a trailer truck at some point. Y de ahí mismo me levanté, bro, when I started doing music. So my son was born, and before he was a year old, my goal was to get out the hood, and I did. So I got him in private school now, and we
Damn.
live in a better neighborhood, thank God.
Heck yeah.
Simon.
And you got to be proud of that, bro, because
Hell yeah.
you represent the raza to the
A
fullest,
huevo.
bro.
Yup.
And that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
So where's your family from, bro? Cause I heard a song. Cause we're from, all right, my family's from Nayarit, bro. They're from
Simon.
Nayarit, Colima, so
Hell yeah.
I hear saying Nayarit, I'm like, oh, mate.
Simon.
But then I hear you know, like the other song says, you know, you Jefitos from Guadalajara. You know what I mean?
Simon. Yeah. My dad is from Guadalajara. I'm looking at this camera. ¿Qué pedo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sí?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all you, brother.
Órale. Yeah, my family's from Guadalajara.
Yeah.
My dad, and my mom's from Sinaloa.
Good deal. man.
Simon, both of them.
Two
They're
great
from-
mixtures, bro.
Yeah. You know, but I grew up more on the side of Sinaloa
Yeah.
for me. Y I spent a couple years there when I was a kid, back and forth, and when I was 16, me fui para allá. Y allá fue donde viví. So,
Oh, so you lived in Mexico.
yeah.
Allá en
I left LA for a bit y me fui para allá. Según yo, escapándome del pinche desmadre de acá, bro. En la pinche capital del crimen allá, güey. Yeah, fool. You know, I don't talk too much about that
Yeah.
part of my life.
Yeah.
Pero era otro pedo, güey.
But that's
Yeah.
see that's what people, a lot of times people don't understand, right? It's about what creates you, what makes you you. ¿Qué es lo que te hace a ti al fin del día?
Simón.
Y son las experiencias.
Simón, a huevo.
Yeah, güey, porque imagínate si te hubieran creado like all Beverly Hills Daddy.
Yeah.
Todo bien calmadito,
Sí, güey.
nene,
Todo
todo-
bling bling out.
I wouldn't be able to speak about the things that I speak about, you know. No tuviera la experiencia. Everything that I talk about in my corridos, it's through my experience or people very close to me.
Yeah, and those are the stories. See, to me, those are the stories that you want to listen to.
Sí, mo.
Those are the stories that you want to hear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Porque sí, I mean, again, I got into like listening to some of your music now, so I'm like, you know, que le
Thank
hago
you, bro.
ocho, que se- so, and it's like, damn, bro, like that resonates because it's like, you know, I was also born here, you know, born in Torrance, but
Órale.
you know, but still LA based, right? And just like that, dude, like I also lived in Mexico for some time, you know what I mean? But you pick up certain things when you're out and
For sure.
about, and
Yeah.
those are the things that I think to me make you who you are, you know, later on in your life.
Yeah.
Like all these things, como contigo, todas esas canciones, todas esas experiencias, güey, es de lo que pasaste.
Simón, way. And then also too is like the people that know, they know, you know.
Yeah.
So whatever you write about, you know, people who know, they're like, oh, este güey sí sabe lo que está
Yeah,
diciendo.
yeah.
And that's the best way to me. They could criticize that I don't know how to sing maybe sometimes, because everybody's gonna get criticized in whatever you do.
Absolutely.
Pero what they can't take from you is your authenticity. That's why it's always good to be authentic. I remember this white boy, he used to go to the juvenile halls,
Yeah.
a hablar con los chamacos, y me decía, hey, Jimmy, man, when you walk into the room, the kids, they gravitate to you, bro. They listen to you.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm just a white boy from fucking Arkansas or de donde
Yeah.
sea, güey, de allá,
Yeah.
you know, de aquellos rumbos. And he was like, I don't know how to really, like, if they relate to me, da-da-da. I said, look, fool, if you a goofy white boy,
Yeah.
just be a goofy white boy.
Yeah.
Don't try to be something you're not, because they're especially kids like that are gonna smell that miles away. The reason they relate to me is because I was sitting where they were sitting at.
Yep.
So if you're a goofy white boy, just be a goofy white boy. And I say that to say you'll never be wrong by just being yourself.
Damn,
Absolutely.
bro. That shit is powerful.
Yeah.
boy.
A huevo.
Damn.
That's it.
Damn.
Simón, hasta
mira.
salió un texto, ¿qué era
Yeah.
eso?
Yeah.
Ay, a verga.
Te puso no
Luego,
es,
luego,
güey.
notification.
Damn. Que con la pura verdad, güey.
Ah, huevo.
That was a freaking lie detector. You passed, bro.
That's right, that's right.
No, but see that's the shit though, bro. At the end of the day, man, it's just making that. And now, where did this whole love come for the music, bro?
Man, since I was a kid, my dad era compas con Jorge Cázares. Jorge
Okay.
Cázares, Chalino sung a corrido about him when back in the 90s. And man, I just grew up around that, bro. I grew up listening to Chalino's music when Chalino's music was in cassettes.
Yeah.
My dad and my family were around that environment.
Yup.
So they were really living like that. So that was pretty much the music that was around me. I also lived in some apartments in Pico Rivera.
Okay.
And it was 100 units, and there was probably like about 80, 90 always rented at the time.
Yeah.
Y la gente que llegaba de ahí, they were fresh from Mexico, bro. De Nayarit,
Yeah.
de Sonora, de Sinaloa, Michoacán, everywhere. So every time I would pass through different apartments, se escuchaba que los temerarios, que Chalino por acá, like different people would listen to different things.
Right.
And I remember that these kids from El DF, a family from El DF, Chilangos, they got there and they gave me my first cassette de Los Ángeles Azules.
Oh, wow.
And that's when I started listening, si en una rosa estás tú, si en
Oh,
cada
man.
respirar estás tú. Yeah, bro, so like I started, that's how I got, you know, the mix of Spanish singing or artists, and that's how I got into it, man. And different people from different places listen to different things, you know. In Sinaloa, it's a lot about bandas. In Jalisco, el mariachi.
Yeah.
Y así pues. So that's kind of how I got it. It was through my family and my environment.
Yeah, bro. Because when I listen, and I grew up listening to Chalino, because
Simón.
obviously, you know, back in the heyday and all
Yep.
that, right? And it's like when I listen to your music, bro, it kind of it has that touch of it.
That
bro.
90s.
Yeah.
That's
so
how,
I'm like,
right?
damn, that's
Sí,
the way
güey.
to go. Porque se perdió esa madre, güey. You know, todos los corridos que hay ahorita se perdió esa madre.
And I think, you know, I didn't wake up one morning and I said, oh, I'm going to sound like this guy. I think I'm just like a time capsule, bro. Que me crié en los 90s, güey.
Yeah.
And I know I look young, but like, ya estoy grande también, güey, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a little kid, you know? And I grew up around those people and with that type of music. So I think when I was like, fuck it, let me start singing and take this for real. Because I became an actor first
No.
Oh,
before
serio?
doing the music. But I always did the music. But I'm saying until I said anything serious, I did the acting first. So when I said, let me do the music, and I started singing, I just sung probably how I grew up in that time. So that's why
Yeah.
hearing my voice now is like hearing voices from back in the days.
Yeah, bro.
You know, and they be like, "Damn, fool! Like his sounds like this, but like here too." It's like, you know, so people be tripping out, but I think it's like a time capsule, bro. Me traje eso pa acá.
It's a breath. It's a breath of fresh air, bro. Porque
Yep. Thank you.
Now you jump into like all the corridos that are now, you know, corridos bélicos, and not to take anything away from them. They're awesome and everything, right? But you hear all this type of music, and then you get that isolated one. And it's like, God damn, what?
Yep,
You know?
yeah.
So when I started, so it just kind of took me right back to back in the days when I was a youngster. You know,
Yep,
my brother bumping that on the right. So I'm like, damn, you know, this fool has that little touch to it.
Yeah,
And
man, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome, bro.
Simón,
So
güey.
you're acting too?
Yeah. So I started off as an actor first. Of course, I did. You know, I went to school to study cinema and theater in college, and then I started doing background acting, and then from there I started booking small roles here and there, and then I got an agent, and then I got a manager, and then I started booking like co-star roles and stuff like that.
Damn.
So I finally became part of the union, SAG, and this was on a show on Hulu called This Fool.
Serio? ¿Qué bueno de eso?
Sí, güey, yeah, and I did that. I did
I'm
like
gonna go right back
SWAT,
to it.
right? I did SWAT. I did like Criminal Minds. I did a couple commercials, Verizon, the NFL, and it's a trip because I worked in production.
Yeah.
I started off as a security guard in music videos and commercials y toda esa madre. Then I became a production assistant. And I started driving for production, and I worked on fucking all kinds of commercials, and I worked with Beyonce, fucking Justin Bieber, Alicia Keys, Kevin, everybody, bro. Everybody. I did that for like 5-6 years. Then I finally became part of the art department, and I became a set dresser. So I would set dress, you know, the music videos or commercials or whatever it would be. Yeah. While at the same time pursuing music and acting, but I never thought that it would have went that way. But it was preparing me for what I'm doing now. Right. Because, you know, like I said, I worked on almost everybody's sets. Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce, all these people. And I learned so much that now as an artist, when I do my music videos, that's why people will see and they will continue to see. And now when it comes a larger scale, they'll be like, este güey sabe lo que está haciendo.
I was checking out the videos.
But that's because I've already experienced that firsthand as talent and production, and now as an artist and a producer doing my own things.
See, but that's freaking, see, on the business side of it, bro, it's like, and this goes out for everybody out there who's thinking of getting into this, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's not an easy career, but it's because I go right back to almost saying everything we say, you know, when we talk to artists, is everybody thinks that you just wake up an artist one day, you have a voice, and you get out there, and all of a sudden you're just successful. You're a celebrity.
Nah.
They don't look at. I mean, look at what you're saying, bro. Yeah. All the stuff you had to go through to get to where you're at is like that's insane. Yeah. Nobody tells you those stories because those aren't stories that are sexy as hell. Those are the stories that are like the real shit. You know
that's the hard work right there.
Yeah, right. See, and that's the grind, bro. That's what I like to get into.
Yes.
Because I'm like, for everybody out there that's looking into doing this, they don't understand what they're getting into.
Exactly.
Unless you have the drive.
You gotta have your drive. Your mind has to be in the right place. Yeah. Spiritually, physically, emotionally. You have to learn about these things because I've seen this, like I said, the last 10 years, I've seen people that are more talented than me.
Right.
I remember the first time one of these guys followed me on Instagram. I had like 1,000 followers. This fool had like 10, 11,000 followers. And I was like, damn, that's cool. That fool followed me. Like, you know, I'm like, he was doing duets with certain people who I don't want to name, but I'm like, man, este cabrón va para arriba, güey. Yeah. Y tenía una voz bien perra, güey. And I mean, I was a fan, fool. Yeah. Y no vas a creer, güey, I already have 2 or 3 times the following that he has. Because this fool slowed down. Something happened where he just dropped the ball and said, not right now. I'll get back to it. Okay. And now he's all the way back there.
Yeah.
You know, yo le mandaba mensajes. Hey, ¿qué rollo, loco? ¿Cuándo vas a empezar música? I'm a fan, bro. Yeah. But I say that to say I've seen people just fucking fall off. On the film making side and on the music side. Que tienen todo el puto talento del mundo, pero no aguantan los putazos, güey. Because this shit gets crazy, fool.
Right.
Betting on yourself, believing in something that's not tangible. Tienes que tener la mente fuerte, güey. Because there's times that myself, my mind tries to jeopardize me and self-sabotage me and tell me like, nah, fool, you don't write good. You don't sing good. No mames, güey. It gets ugly sometimes, fool. But thank God I have a strong spirit.
And a key word you said earlier when we're talking, consistency, bro.
Consistency, bro. Even when you don't feel like it, you got to get up and do this shit. Yeah. And it's also important to understand when you don't feel good, take a rest. Take a moment, take a pause, but get back to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just drop out.
Don't just drop it. Don't give up. Keep going, man. We've heard this story over and over and over. Keep going.
Everything in life is
What's different between you and somebody else?
Yeah. Right. It's like a diet or working out.
If you're not consistent, you're not. If you don't, you got to do your push-ups. I can't do your push-ups for you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, right? It's like you're born alone, you die alone, and the process. Guess what? You want to benefit yourself, you got to do it alone.
You got to do it, man.
But you got to do it.
But that's the thing, right? This is the kind of grind that honest to God, bro, inspires me as an individual. When I hear somebody say, "¿Sabes qué? Ponte las pilas, güey. Do this." It's inspiring, bro. That when you see a lot of individuals out there that expect a handout, that's insane, bro. Because now, look, I just knew the music side of you, bro. Like, seriously, God, like, now you're naming shows that I watched, and I'm like, God damn, bro, I'm picking, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, you put in the work. Like, work, bro. This is not a... ¿Sabes qué? I just started saying, I mean, to come out of South Central, and I grew up in the Gardens, and I kicked it a lot in South Central as well, and I know it's not an easy way to get out. So when you have individuals coming out of that place, first of all, you got to be proud, bro. Like, to me, every time I see a raza getting out and doing the big things, bro, to me it makes me proud, right?
Yep.
But not only that, like, to see individuals like you coming out of that area, which could have taken us in many different directions, bro, and it has, right?
Yep. Hell yeah.
To do something what you're doing, but it's the work that you had to put at the back end that nobody saw.
Right.
It's like, ¿quién le dijo a él, sabes qué, vete a production,
Hey.
go to this, go do this.
Deja de tomar, deja de hacer drogas, güey.
Wow.
¿Quién me dijo eso, güey?
Right.
Right.
That shit's fucking hard, bro. You don't think I would want to fucking tomarme un pinche tequilita o si el perico estuviera bueno todavía aventarme un pericazo, güey, o formarme un cigarrito? I can't, fool. I can't live like that because my life in the past, those things, they're self-sabotaging, and we all got things that are self-sabotaging, and especially those that want to go higher. So I can't be fucking tripping doing certain things that I used to do. Ya no, tienes que cambiar, güey, and that shit takes work, bro.
What inspired you?
God, fool.
Oh, man.
God, bro. God has always kept a hand on me, and I feel like God, we all have a God in us that talks to us, bro. We all have the negative self-talk and positive self-talk, and a lot of times we don't listen. We one more time. I'm good. You know, güey, y te pasan, you get chances.
Right.
Life will give you chances, but if you don't take them, you're not gonna advance. You're gonna continue to do the same shit over and over and be in the same place. I had to get sober and get my life together. When I was 26, I was in a trailer truck in South Central. Before I moved in, there were syringes and black widows in the bottom of my bed. I have the videos. I haven't posted them yet, but I will at some point. And I told myself, I can't continue to live like this. If I want to fulfill my goals and my dreams and my aspirations and the mission that God gave me to bring hope to the hopeless, I need to change my ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was hard, dude. Y sabes qué, güey? Que 4 of my friends got caught up for a muerte.
Yeah.
And God was like, what's up, man?
A wake-up call.
You gonna do it or not? Yeah, güey, that's really what started to hit me. You know, I'm like, damn.
You answered the call.
I was like, why me, God? Why? Hey, güey, ponte las pilas y déjala para adelante.
That's todo.
Yeah.
And it comes down to that, right? Don't complain, just do it. Just don't complain, just do it.
Yep.
And that's the thing, right? That like, I mean, I'm hearing your story, bro, and it's just tripping out, because en serio, there's a lot of individuals that I've met through the years, right?
Yeah.
That I grew up with, and I'm sure you did the same thing, right? That had the same opportunities, right? And they just chose that. You know, otra cerveza, otro pinche, esto, un pericazo, whatever, right?
Yep.
And they chose a party life
Yep.
over, putting in the grind,
Yep.
right? And that's what, the difference of it all, right? But there's individuals that I see to this day, bro, that are still stuck in that.
Yep.
Right.
And they're like in their 50s, bro, and I'm like, this whole gangbanging stuff and all this stuff, maybe it's a phase in life that people go through to an extent, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to grow up, or like mentally you have to, and when you don't, bro, see, these are the stories that people say, well, it's a statistic, another statistic, and I was like, bro, I refuse to be a statistic, bro. And it looks like, I mean, looking at you, bro, it's like you're in the same mindset. You refuse to be a statistic. You're gonna be the successful. Yeah,
Exactly.
All those other people, they were just in their comfort zone.
Yes, bro.
You weren't
bro.
comfortable.
Hell no, bro.
You were not
I want
comfortable.
better for my
Yeah.
family, for
Yeah.
me. I didn't want to keep the cycle going, and I had to put in the work, you know.
Neta. So
Yeah.
what do you define as success for right now? Because I know success always changes.
Nah, for sure,
Right.
man. Honestly, for me right now,
Yeah.
I'm already successful in a sense of I'm maintaining my sobriety.
Awesome.
I have a beautiful son who's in a private school, in a better environment. My music is getting motion.
Right.
And I have a discipline, I have a practice, and I'm doing it day by day. And I think for me, that's already succeeding. I got out of the fucking matrix, for lack of words of what they say.
Yep.
Right.
I got out of that, bro. I was able. There's things that I look back at and I'm like, damn, you know. In the Bible, not to get preachy, but in the Bible it says que, you know, Jesus did this and the blind could see. Jesus did that and el mudo no empezó a hablar.
Right.
But if you really think about it, it's like, yeah, bro, it's not that he did some superpowers, for is that they woke up. We can all wake up.
Yeah.
A lot of times we're not. We're blinded by our environments. We can't really speak a certain way, and our minds.
Yeah, limited thinking.
Limited thinking, bro. There's a lot of layers. Sometimes people grow up in certain environments that create egos and hate in their bodies,
Right.
and that is not allowing them to succeed. They're a closed mind. They're a fixed mind versus an open mind. And so when you're fixed, you're just like, no, this is my way of being. Da, 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 da.
Yes.
Y no haces caso, güey.
Yeah.
Y así es como te partes la madre.
Yeah.
You know?
buy into it. You buy into
well.
this is who I am, so you buy into it.
We're
so
caught up
much.
in a fucking cycle, bro.
Right.
Some of us even worse than others because of where we grow up. I used to, man,
Yes.
bro, when I moved out
The environment.
and I
right.
started coming back to South Central, the first time que regresé, güey, I was like, after a while, I was like, not a long ass time, because I'm always in the city, you know? And I was just having mariscos the other day. I'm in South Central eating mariscos. They pull, hey, ¿qué onda, Jimmy? They say, they get off, they say what's up to me. They fuck with me because I always carried myself right.
Yeah.
But when I first came back after I moved out, I was like, damn, wait, no mames, right here on the street, there's a gang of homeless. There's a bunch of trash. I took a video, it's on TikTok, and I did a voiceover, and it went viral. But it's like, this is where I used to live. This is outside of my house, right around the corner. My son doesn't have to walk through piss, through homeless people, through trash, because I was able to get out of this system, this environment, you know, and move to another side. And there's people in South Central that tell me, you know, hey, bro, te felicito, güey.
Fuck yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, and seriously, güey, también yo, güey, te felicito, güey,
Sí,
porque,
güey.
I mean, you see so much, bro, of people getting caught up in that, and then they just, that whole thing, you know, the whole, it's a mindset, it's, you know,
It
I
is a
belong
mindset.
here, right? You know, you have individuals that look at their life,
Yeah.
and their life expectancy is like, oh, I'm not gonna make it past 21, bro, like, so I gotta live fast,
That's funny that you say that. There's on Hulu, one of the co-stars, that's his line. The full expectancy or something like that of a bitch ass fool. I don't know sé cómo dijo el güey. Is this much, you know? That's one of the lines. That's true, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there was one of the homies right there. Este morro tenía su barrio aquí tatted up. Boom, boom. Y ese güey nunca hablaba, ¿da? Y yo tampoco, I talk to everybody, pero con ese güey, because I didn't know his mood. You know, ese güey parecía que estaba locochón sometimes. And one day he's like, hey, man, when I grow up, I want to be like Jimmy. Ah, cabrón, este güey, qué pedo, you know, all of a sudden. And so we start chopping it up, and that fool really, really, really was like opening up to me.
Yeah.
And he told me, he's like, yeah, fool, I want to write a book like this, like that. But this is a kid that started banging at 11, right? So I'm like, bet, poco a poquito le fui dando clecha que fuera, you know, like, follow your goals, follow your dreams. Bro, I promise you, when he told me, he was like, yeah, I want to change my life, Jimmy. Finally, one day he told me, he's like, I want to leave this gangbanging shit alone, fool, but I feel like if I leave it, my homie's going to think I'm a bitch. I don't know, dog.
Needs validation.
Y yo le dije, güey, hey, fool, if whatever you really want to do in life, you could do it.
Yeah.
And we were just getting there. Bro. Not long after that, bro. Unfortunately, in broad daylight, they shot him in the head.
Oh, shit. That's
You know what I'm
crazy,
saying?
man.
So, me agüitó, güey. But that's back to what we're talking about, you know?
Yeah,
So,
dude, it's because it's you know, for many, bro, it's so difficult to get out of that freaking that cycle, because you just get caught up so bad in that specific. It's because everything, bro, like the way that it gets painted, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you know, growing up in that environment, bro, the way it gets painted, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got women, there's money, there's all this stuff, and it's like, it's so hard to leave until you realize it's just a trap.
that's what
And
it
it's
is,
just
bro.
it's just getting you there, and eventually that's gonna end up happening. Because how many of us know individuals that ended up getting shot at a young age, bro? Like I tell everybody the story. I was 14 years old and I already had 20 people that been shot, been killed in my neighborhood that I knew. That I grew. So and that's the thing. There's like it's so difficult to get out of because then you get more intertwined in that. But then you got individuals, like you that say, trying to break that cycle.
Yeah, bro.
And then you become a motivation for the ones like little homie there.
Yeah, and I would say that a part of like what you had asked me, I listened to God, but also I had a mentor. My mentor, Virgil Williams, he was a staff writer for a show called Criminal Minds, and he's the first person that gave me a internship in the writers' room for about 3 months, and he told me, he's like, look, man, before, because I was just like, man, I'm this little ghetto ass kid from South Central, like I just got out from doing this much time, and yo qué ando haciendo aquí, güey, you know what I'm saying, con toda esta gente, bro, and I would kind of like feel a little bit less, but I never let that shit show though, siempre llegaba cambiado, como, y me dice, look, kid, he's from Chicago, he's like, look, kid, before we walk into these doors, I want you to know that you, like anybody else, belong in this place. I want you to observe and ask questions if you have to. Keep your head up, and you belong here too. Y esa madre, güey, me dio alas, bro. And it made me believe in myself.
Yeah.
So it was my mentor. It was God. And then, and then my son, man. My son, I was like, bro, I got to do better. One morning, we were at the park in the neighborhood, and he couldn't walk yet, but, I took him in the stroller. Y chingues, güey, había un fucking syringe in the playground in the morning. I looked up at the sky and I was like, God, I don't know how, but I gotta get out of here. And look at how things work, fool. Quise hacer una transita, güey. And like 18 bands, fool, como like 15,000. Yeah. They fell through. I didn't get it. Y right after that, my wife at that time, she was going to getting her master's. And we applied for a loan. And boom, we ended up getting 18,000. Y nos salimos a la verga, güey. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro.
Grace of God.
Yeah, mentors are important, man.
Super important.
That's what I was gonna. That's what I was
gonna. Mentors are
now.
important, man.
How would you like see for a lot of youngsters out there, right? And we talk about mentors a lot, and we talk about how important they are. But I mean, hearing it from us is like one thing, right? Like, it's lazy, But hearing it from somebody who's making the rounds, somebody who's how important are mentors in your life? One, right. And two, for us, a lot of times with raza, we radiate to raza. We want to just kick it within our own kind. It's like, ¿sabes qué? It's raza with raza. We're helping each other out.
Right.
But bro, I think when it comes to mentorship, sometimes it doesn't matter what color they are, as long as they're willing to give you the time of day and help you out. Yeah. So now, how important is that to the youngsters looking out there, to the youngsters trying to come up? How important is a mentor in your life?
Yeah, man. A mentor is very important, and these are people that are already. They don't have to be extremely successful, but people who are already doing better, who are more established. Who can give you advice and show you the ropes. They're very important, man. Like I said, my mentor, man, changed my life. He's working on a show right now for a big ass fucking network. I might fuck around and be a consultant on that show.
You should.
No.
Make us proud, brother. Come on.
Hey, wait. The show's it's already sold. He just needs to finish writing it.
Oh.
And you get what I'm saying? Like this is my mentor. He's seen me grow, and he told me, he's like, look, kid. He was like, you don't have to do nothing else, bro, but like put in the work. You're going to make me proud, Put in the work. And so it's a trip because now, a decade later or something like that, and he's doing that and I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm capable of filling that position now. If it were to open up, which would be an amazing position, both financially and for my resume, I could fulfill that, So mentors are so important, man, because as you continue to grow, they continue to grow, and the opportunities are endless as well. But mentors, I would say this too that helped me out is reading. I had the luxury of reading because I was incarcerated. Pick up a book. a self-help book, you know,
Yeah.
how to win friends and influence people, or
Damn.
Think and Grow Rich. You know,
Yes.
Think and Grow Rich, man. Read good books that are gonna feed your mind, and learn, man. Like, there's another book, Everything You Need to Learn About Music, or You Need to Know About Music. I took my time to study this shit, and I was like, oh, these are the ways I can make money by making music. This is how
There you
music
go.
works. This is how the contracts work. So when I started to get contracts, I started to see, oh, this is what they were saying. This is what this deal means. I'm very fortunate that I have good people. So the contracts that I did get, I was able to send it to them, and they were able to send it to their lawyers.
Yeah.
So they would tell me right off it would sound good. But they'll tell me like, hell no, bro. Don't take that shit.
Right.
And so I wouldn't do it. But
It was
educating yourself is very important too, man. And I say that because, you know, we can be like, oh, well, where's access to mentors? Some people don't have access to mentors, but we all got access to fucking Barnes and Noble.
books, exactly.
Damn.
Yes.
See, that right there, bro, is fire, man.
Right.
I don't know. Call me crazy because we
No,
talk about that
that's
a lot,
it.
right?
That's what it is.
So
Yeah.
some you know, some people go as far as like, and this is in general, bro, not just music, not just, you know, acting. Like, now you blew my mind, bro, because music and acting, bro, like, now I'm full blown celebrity, bro.
Yeah.
But everybody says, okay, well, you know what, you had a good mentor. That's awesome. But like you said, not everybody has the ability to have a mentor in their life.
Right.
Pero todos tenemos esos pinches libros, güey. And it's
Yeah,
like,
right.
bro, like, you could go, you don't even have to go, like, buy the book. Go to the freaking library. There you
You
go.
got a
Audible.
phone, too.
Audible,
Audible,
Don't
yeah.
hey, get a note paper and write. The power of writing is important. You
Very.
gotta write your goals.
Just gotta listen.
If you you can have all the goals right here in your head, but if you don't organize yourself and write them, take a pen or pencil and paper and put them down and look at your vision here, you won't really be able to accomplish. But if you organize yourself like that, I guarantee that you'll look at 3 months, 4 months, a year later and be like, damn, I already did that and this and that. And by then it'll be time to write a new page of new goals.
Right.
And, you know, I learned that in a fucking book. I learned that in a
Damn.
book. And it's real. And if you look at successful people, they live a certain way. And I'm like, damn.
Which
that's
book
why.
is that? Let them know which book.
Yeah.
That
By the
way
way, fuck, bro. I can't even remember.
There's so many books. That's
No,
awesome.
I read a lot
That's
of books
great.
while I was locked up, man.
Yes.
And I still read books.
Yeah.
So read a book, man.
Yes.
Pick a book. And then
Read.
that book, sometimes books will say, they'll send you to another book because they'll be
Right.
like, oh yeah, author of so and so, and you highlight this shit, and then you're like, oh, Think and Grow Rich. Okay, cool, that's my next book. And then read that fucking book too, and then you'll get stuff, and you'll realize why certain people live certain ways. Most people who are successful, they really don't do drugs. They really don't stay up too late or do crazy shit. Most of them have a good discipline. Most of them go to the gym and work out and have a healthy lifestyle. Most of them, if not all of them, write their goals of what I'm telling you. This is
focus
stuff
on
that we
themselves.
don't know about, bro. This is stuff that they
Yeah.
don't teach us, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was fortunate to be able to read about this.
But the most important one right there is focusing yourself first.
100%,
Invest
man.
in yourself.
Hey, if you
before you start investing and looking for girls and all that nonsense.
Nah, bro.
Right?
Yeah, you
Yes.
gotta really work on yourself. What are your triggers? Write this shit
Right.
down too.
Oh,
What are my
that's
triggers,
good.
bro?
That's
Like,
good.
why do I snap at
Your
people when they
wounds.
say this? What are my
Wounds.
wounds? What am I
Yes.
suffering from? Like, what is
Right.
really happening? What do I overindulge in? Is it like eating a certain way? Is it drinking, drugs? Like, what do I smoke too much? Like, what is really holding me back from being able to move forward?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, guys. You guys have really got to. I mean, bang, told you.
Yeah.
Fire, bro.
This
No,
guy's
but
really
that's the thing, right? We don't we don't see, like, growing up in a certain environment, bro. There's not stuff that we know. Like, say once like that's this information that is giving you, you know now.
Yeah.
You can, you know.
Yes.
The problem is that the many out there know what they gotta do. It's like if you're trying to lose weight,
Yeah.
you know you gotta go to the gym, eat right, but you don't do it, right?
You just gotta
This
do
is
it.
like reading the books, educating yourself,
Yeah.
doing this is the hard work that
Yes.
you gotta put in.
And
This
I'm sorry to interrupt,
No,
bro.
no,
It's
no,
just
no.
blowing my mind right now because a lot of young men listen to your music and they
Yeah.
think, oh, this is just like gangster Mexican music, right? But they don't understand the mind behind all that.
Yes.
You're singing all this stuff, but that's because you lived it.
Yes.
You don't want to live this.
Nah.
Right?
Yeah, and I don't encourage it either.
Right.
You know, I
And
would say that about my music. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
I don't encourage people to go drink, do drugs, go, end people, do none of that stuff. My corridos are experiences that are strong experiences in hopes to bring hope to the hopeless and to impact and just educate people,
Yes.
But I'm very mindful of what I write about because writing is very powerful. What you say is
Yes.
very
The
powerful.
tongue.
And I know somebody told me the other day, my manager's like, he's like, man, you talk a lot about God, right? He's like, yeah, you don't think you should be doing Christian music? And I was like, you know what? If I was supposed to, I'd be doing it, but I don't think so. I know that I'm supposed to impact people and reach certain people that not many people can reach. That's my job and my goal because how do you speak to a youngster in the hood and you come and but having a reflection of me, I'm not gonna sugarcoat none of this stuff.
Yep.
Right.
Hey, bro, I did it. I was probably worse than you.
Yep.
Right.
And I'm not saying be fucking soft, be this, be that, No, wait, pero ponte las pilas, bro. Try to live righteous, try to do things right so that you can succeed, so that you can give back to your family, so that you could stop suffering. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be good to yourself, bro.
Yeah.
And cut the
Yeah.
fucking cycle too.
Yeah, they relate to you. And now you could talk to them about the real message, which is God. Because a lot of people think that if you come to me with talking about God and Christianity and all that, it makes you soft. No, bro. If you knew who Jesus was, you know he was a warrior.
Exactly.
He was not a wimp.
He
Hell no.
came over here and started flipping fucking tables.
Exactly,
and like,
right.
what you doing?
Yeah, by himself.
You
You think that a weak ass man was gonna be able to do that? No, hell no. Jesus was a warrior, and that's who we as men have to be, warriors.
Amen, bro. And leaders, amen. And leaders are not soft, bro. I think people have the misconception of like leaders are not soft, bro. You gotta have character. I'll say this. The first time, because we haven't talked about it, but I come from a background of crime and that world, right? And in Sinaloa, the first time I met a person who worked for that side, and his lifestyle was his job. Take a list. These are the people you got to go after. Go get them.
Damn.
The first time I met somebody like that, this wasn't no playing around trying to act tough. This was somebody who already had numbers of things. He was. This is what they paid him. The first time I met him, I thought I was gonna meet like this fucking crazy ass fucking macho and he crazy looking.
Right.
Nah, bro, young, good looking guy, very well spoken, and I was like, damn. He's the opposite of what I would think. I say that to say he was a leader in his world, but he wasn't crazy or nothing. But not to say that he couldn't, because he'll flip this whole motherfucking thing upside down if he needed to. However, I took that from that lesson and I learned, and I said, you know what, man? Men, warriors, leaders have this goodness in them, bro.
Absolutely.
There's things we do and things we don't do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I think that for me personally, I understood God's not stripping me from my edge. In fact, he's like, I want you to use that edge to be able to speak to certain people that need it, that are suffering, but not just anybody can talk to.
Right.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think about it. Before all of this stuff, I wanted to box professionally. That was my thing. And I see everything that I went through, and it prepares us to be who we're gonna be. Yeah.
See, but that's I mean, that's the kind of stuff that we need more within the hood, bro. Like,
Yes.
See, because growing up in that lifestyle, sometimes you wish you had somebody coming up to you and telling you that, but it was the contrary, right? They were just telling you do this.
Yeah.
It is, right? So it's like having individuals like that. The hood needs more people like you, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, because there's a lot of individuals. I mean, like somebody would have came up to us back in the heyday, right? We're over there freaking being knuckleheads.
Yep.
And try to talk to us in a certain way, we probably would have smacked the hell out of them right there, because there was no level of respect for them, you know what I mean? But seeing somebody that comes, from the same life that you do, you tend to listen. Even if you don't agree 100% of the time, you tend to listen. Esa madre se te queda.
A huevo.
Se te queda, and you're like,
you plant seeds.
yeah, bro. Like later on, you're like, God damn, that fool was right, dude. Like, what the fuck am I doing, right?
Yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff that, to me, it's important, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Because now you're putting yourself in a position that youngsters, bro, are gonna look at it and be like, God damn, fool, like this fool did it.
Yeah.
So if he did it,
Yeah.
and he was from this hood, and he was here, and he was doing, why can't I do it?
Yeah.
Right. That's the inspiration, bro. But yeah, like you said, it takes leaders to do
Yeah,
that,
bro. And my only job is to continue to be me. I don't need to go out and look for people and tell them, hey, bro, this is what you should do, and you should do this. Nah, fuck that, bro. I just need to continue to be me, and by example, they'll fall into place. You know what I'm saying? That's it, bro. And that's how people, whoever's hurt, they're gonna like, hey, and by me showing up to do these kind of things where people can educate themselves and be like, oh shit, this is how he is.
Yeah.
Right.
And somebody, I don't know who could watch this, bro. There could be somebody that it triggers them and they're like, damn, he told me to go pick up a book. Yeah, and now this kid's mentality starts changing, bro, because that's going back to what we're saying. Once you wake up, you can't fucking go back to sleep and close your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because once you're awake, bro, and you understand, like, there's no way you're gonna go back to the same bullshit because you're awake now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes this is what you need. You need somebody that just triggers, and they're like, fuck, and it changes your life, man. I say it because I've done it, bro. I've mentored a lot of people, and there's people who have incredible stories that I won't get into too much. But point is, they went through that life and got out, went back in, and blah, blah, blah. And finally with me, they're like, yo, I have never been to church, bro. And my sisters have been wanting to bring me for years, and you're the only one. Or they'll be like, man, I found my true purpose, bro, and this is my true purpose. Awesome. And I know that I'm a vessel or help in doing that. Because they'll tell me. Right. You know, last thing I'll say about this, I had a 8th grader. I went to a middle school to go speak. Crazy enough, that was the middle school I got kicked out from. So I went to go speak, and then the kids were like, hey, mister, can you stay during lunch to play basketball with us? And I was like, yeah. So se hizo un pinche desmadre, bro. It was like everybody was in the courts, and, you know, I had Timberlands on, and I told them I was going to whoop them, even with Timbs. And there was this girl who dressed like, she was kind of like very tomboyish, you know, had her braids, but she was very tomboyish. So I was like, yo, me and you, we're going to run this together. So boom, se juntó conmigo, and we were running it. Years later, bro, a couple years later, I get a DM, and it says, hey, you probably won't remember me, but you came to speak at my school, and I'm the girl that played basketball with you, and da-da-da-da-da. And I just wanted to let you know that I was going through some stuff. And when you came to speak to us, it really changed my way of thinking. Damn. And I want to let you know that I just finished high school, and I'm on my way to college. Damn. And I just want to say thank you. And that right there really changed because, you know, I'm like, I show up for all of this stuff. You know, what's the point, God? Like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? And that right there was like, that's the mission. Right. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. Yes. Y ahí cambió todo, güey. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, you know? So, yeah, bro, sometimes we don't know who we can, you know, plant the seed and... Yeah.
You're planting a few, bro. I'll take that.
Yeah. That's your ministry right there.
Yeah, bro. And it's crazy, right? So just to go into that, man, just keep in mind, guys, just because artists are out there talking this, you know, they're sharing experiences they got to live, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that's who they are, right? I mean, we're seeing this through you, bro. It's like growing up where you grew up, I understand, you know, like I'm sure you went through a lot, bro. Like, you know, all of us, I think, have a story to tell. But that life is not your life anymore, bro. Yeah. And that, I think that's what everybody should be taking out of this is look how you could change your life. It doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter where you're currently at. Yeah. It's where your mindset's at that's gonna put you to the next freaking level, bro. Mm-hmm. And you're a testament of that, bro. Yeah. And you gotta be super proud of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You gotta be super proud of that,
I'm
bro.
proud, bro. I'm very proud, man. It has not been easy. I really, like, everything that I talk about is everything that I've been through, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of things I don't mention, but it all makes sense now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah.
So getting that freaking, how did it feel though, bro? Getting that phone call from that, or that DM from that girl.
Oh,
Shit.
man, bro. No, pues ya viste, ahorita quería llorar, güey. That's how it was.
Okay, then, hey, just
No,
so we're out
because-
there.
But it changes you.
No, because it hits your heart, bro.
Yeah.
It really does do something to you. You're like, damn, bro, I did that.
You understood your purpose right there, bro.
Or I was an instrument for that.
Yes.
The fact that I was a part, bro, and I have other stories that I could sit here and say. Like, I remember this little youngster from the east side. He lived in his parents, and they were gang members. His dad, everybody. He wanted to get out, live a better life, and he was just stuck in the hood. I went to go visit him. Man, pit bull in the front, fucking no grass, just dirt, fence all fucked up. And at that time, I had met the wife of a big producer. This guy, he did like the 8 Mile, fucking big movies, bro. This guy, he's one of the biggest producers, bro. So I met his wife through my church, and she told me, she's like, hey, I like your testimony. She's like, my husband is so-and-so. If you ever need a favor, if you ever need anything, let me know. And so this kid, I got him a little spot where he could stay. Mind you, I'm still living in a fucking no, I had just moved out of the trailer truck. But I was like got him a little spot. I got somebody else to pay his rent for like about 3 months. And then I hit up that girl. And I was like, hey, I got a kid. This and this and that. He doesn't have a bed. She's like, okay, honey. She was like, I'm in Aspen right now, but I'll get my assistant to send you the bed. Me mandó cama, güey, fucking pillows, sheets, everything. I hooked it up for the homie in his spot, for the little youngster, y le puse una note. Hey, man, hopefully one day you can do this for somebody else. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, boom, did that. He fucked up a couple times after that, but long story short, he's married and he's happy now. And he doesn't live in California. He lives somewhere else. He works for the union. He's good. Yeah, so yeah. I say that to say, bro, ya he hecho mucho de eso, güey, y lo voy a seguir haciendo primeramente Dios. Yeah. And I know that as my platform continues to get bigger, I'm just going to continue to do it, bro. Yeah. That's what it's about,
Yeah. And it will, bro, because you got to, see, here's the thing, you got a purpose, brother.
Yeah.
And because of that purpose, I only see you going up, and up, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Skyrocketing. We're gonna be right there with you, bro.
Amen.
Like, damn.
Yeah, bro.
That's you know what, man? That's the shit that needs to be happening more often, bro. Like, seriously, like, it's because you see so much happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And seeing this example, bro, is definitely something that's inspiring, bro.
I think one of my goals too was that when I learned what I'm supposed to be doing, I was like, you know what? I don't only want to inspire fans, followers, people outside, but I want to inspire my peers in the industry. Because look at how many of them, bro, se quitan la vida, güey, porque they're suffering from addiction, drugs, alcohol. They don't have no real people around them. No people with real substance,
Right. Right.
So I think that's another reason too. So ahí vamos, bro, poco a poquito, gracias a Dios, echándole chingazos, man, and just...
And you have to, bro. Damn, that's crazy, though. Era de actor, man.
Yeah.
Producer. See, but that's, And then there's a lot of people out there that bro, like, now seeing where you stand.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that need you, bro.
Yeah.
Ponerse las pilas.
Sí.
See, originally when we first came to the podcast, I'm like, hacer de música, güey, hacer...
I know, right?
Yeah. It turned into this whole motivation thing.
Of course,
that's what's awesome about this, bro. Seriously. I think that's
why everything's business, brother.
Yeah.
And everything's leadership, just like you said.
Yeah.
The music, acting, it kind of just goes in the same direction. Is if you push it there, bro, you're gonna motivate others to follow your steps.
Yeah, man.
And that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
You're motivating. I mean, shit. I mean, you're motivating me, bro.
Yeah. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about, man.
Yes.
Hell yeah. One hand washes the other, bro. We gotta support each other and try to do our best to,
Yeah, keep pushing.
Help each other out.
And talking about music itself, right? So obviously you're making your rounds out there or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you have new coming up? Is there any new stuff coming up?
Yeah, bro. I have an EP that's coming out this week. I have a corrido that I wrote for Richie Valens. I don't know if you guys remember from La
hell
Bamba.
yeah.
Para bailar La Bamba. He was 17, man, when he passed. He already had the hits. And I watched his movie and I was like, damn, I didn't know, this a Mexican American kid from the Valley. And he passed so early, bro. And he already had kids, hits. And he also was like, you wouldn't see a Mexican kid like playing the guitar like he was, and he was just like, he was destined for greatness, but unfortunately his life ended very soon. And so I saw a movie, and at the end it says where he was at in the cemetery, so lo visité. And then from that moment, bro, me salió un corrido. So I wrote a corrido for him, and it's coming on my EP. And the beginning, the way it's composed is dope because we open up with a bass and it says, it's the bamba. And then I start singing. And the corrido goes on. I tell his story because that's what a corrido is. And then it finishes with one of my peers singing the song You're Mine, and we belong together.
Oh, wow.
And so it was really well composed. I think it's cool. I think people should know his story. That's coming up soon. I got a couple more music videos. And then after this, man, I'm really going to start focusing on more collabs with more people. And metiéndole más producción chingona, güey, like banda, and doing more like romantic music. Because I like de las que cantaba Juan Sebastián, Banda El Recodo, Juan Gabriel, like, songs that like from La Quebradita back in the days, like good music, bro. Because if you listen to music, it's like good music is good music, bro. It's like, damn.
From the heart.
Yeah, and this is the thing that most people, because I started off with corridos, they don't know that I can sing those love songs. They haven't heard me just yet. No, pues, te digo, pues, de que no me han escuchado con banda, something that, so I'm excited about that, and I think that's where I'm going. I have a bigger project in mind that I feel is gonna revolutionize this way of thinking, but I'm gonna reserve that for right now. But just know that it's on the way, and
there's big news coming, guys.
I will say this, that I'm very well versed in the acting world. I want to say that because I went to college, I studied cinema, and I started theater, and I became a SAG-AFTRA actor. I got in the union after fucking 10 years, right? So I'm versed in that world. And now the music, I've been growing and understanding more of it. I want to merge both of my worlds.
Yeah.
And that's where our storytelling is going to be.
Brother, if you need extras.
Yeah, there you go.
I will
volunteer for those extras.
For sure, bro. Yeah. For sure.
I'll play the thug, fool.
Ahí está, güey. You're like, that's easy.
Yeah.
See, no?
Yeah, bro.
No, but yeah, bro, you definitely got to do it.
Yeah. I got a music video coming out, too. My son is going to play a 8-year-old me. And so, that's exciting, bro, because, I replicated a suit that I have in one of my photos that my dad made for me in the 90s. It was custom-made, snakeskin suit. So he's going to wear the same outfit. And that photo is my EP. The
cover?
The cover. And a lot of people already know this photo, so it's going to be dope to bring my son, into that. Bring little Jimmy to life,
That's crazy, bro. Like,
awesome.
That must be a freaking crazy feeling, bro, to have yours. See, look at the level of success you're getting. To have your son.
Yeah, bro. It's going to be dope, man. And like, I don't want to say the rest of it, but like I said, man, I'm versed in the cinema world. So I'm having fun with this shit, man.
He's got us all making like,
I know, right?
Yeah.
Where you going with this?
I mean,
all right. That's awesome.
Let's get it. What's going on? No, bro. Todos prendidos con esa madre.
Yeah, that's a good trailer right there. Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Damn.
Jimmy
He's gonna have us already freaking out.
Oh, right?
Yeah. Nah,
That's
for sure,
awesome.
man.
No, but we do seriously, man. The hour just passed by.
I know, right?
Damn.
I looked at it. I was like, damn, that was
bro,
quick.
like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Well, let's read that one minority opulence saying straight motivation. That's right.
Yes.
Heck yeah, man. This is more than just a music podcast like we thought it was gonna be.
No, and
it's everything's meant the straight. Every time we have somebody here, it's all about their mentality, where they're at in life, how you got there, man. So we really appreciate you sharing all this with us, Jimmy.
Dude.
I mean, it was more than, it really shows where you're at, what level of life you're at right now,
Amen.
and what kind of person you are.
Thank you.
And that's really what we want to show here.
Amen.
You know, this is not just a singer, not just an actor, but this person, where they're at in life. The level.
It's a leader, bro.
Yes, a leader.
That's a compliment, bro,
Yes.
because I really work hard, man, to
Yes.
try to be the best person I can every single day. You know, I do,
Yes.
man. Like I had mentioned earlier, I fight with certain thoughts. We all do. I fight with certain thoughts.
Right.
But that is a big compliment because I work really hard, bro, and it gets ugly sometimes. But like I said, I know there's a bigger purpose, and I fight through this stuff, man. So thank you, bro. I'm glad that y'all can really see this, y'all can hear this, you know, and hopefully whoever's watching, you know, it'll inspire somebody too.
And we're gonna keep pushing this stuff, you know, for weeks on end, bro.
Yeah,
so
man.
To get out there, and that is a thing, bro. And I mean, seriously, bro, like you're seriously somebody that people really need to be paying attention to.
Absolutely.
Really, not only on the music level. Your music is awesome, and your music takes you back to '90s, bro. It really does. It you know, it's that nostalgic kind of feeling every time I listen to your stuff. I started listening to it, bro, But outside of that, man, people really need to get to know Jimmy. Like, I'm seriously, like, follow this guy. I guys need to follow him. You guys need to jump on everything he's doing because it's not only about the music and acting. You're seriously connecting with people on a whole new level, bro.
Yep.
And you don't get that from artists very often.
Nah.
So this is a breath of fresh air, bro. This is something that I could look at you, bro, and say, you know what? I'm 100% freaking super proud of you, bro.
That's
like,
dope.
honestly,
Thank
God,
you.
brother. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Like, you need to represent, you know, last time a whole new
Hell
level.
yeah.
But not only that, bro, you need to represent everybody because everybody needs to hear your message, bro.
Yeah, and you know, I grew up. Thank God for me. I don't really grow up with like hate in my heart.
Yeah.
When I was locked up, the homies loved me, but everybody else in that motherfucker loved me too.
Yeah.
Because yo me sé cómo comportar con la gente, güey. You know,
Yeah.
like I want to see people who are in pain just succeed, man. Like people who are going through every walks of life, just succeed, man. Addiction hits any fucking color, any race. I just want to see people succeed, man. And like if I could be part of that, pues que chingón.
Right.
And you will be, brother.
Yep.
Now, let us know where can they find Jimmy, bro, for all like the social media accounts and everything. We are gonna post it also on our page as well. But where can they find you?
Yeah, man. All my platforms, Jimmy Valdez. It's Jimmy Valdez, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of that stuff. My Spotify, iTunes, Jimmy Valdez, El Artista.
No, so you guys seriously got to follow him. You guys got to really tune in with him, dude. I mean, it's insane, bro. Like I said, today we came in with the mindset, and EC's, I know you're watching. Much love.
Yes,
definitely in a whole different level.
Yes.
We talked about music with him. But man, this guy's just motivating us on a whole different level, bro.
Absolutely.
Every time I see your stuff now, it's gonna be like, oh no, I know what he's talking about, bro.
That's
Like,
dope,
you know?
man.
So yeah, that's gonna be and that's a mentality you guys should all have, man.
Simón,
Really
bro.
follow brother here. You know what I mean? This is your home as well, brother.
Thank
you
you,
know what I
I
mean? You're
appreciate
gonna
you.
welcome every single time.
Fuerte, bro, también. Échenle chingazos, güey. Thank you.
Vamos a seguir con la putiza, güey.
Ah, huevo.
Esto no para, güey.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know, keep
Thank
the
you,
motivation
Jimmy.
going.
That's right.
But yes, it's coming to an end. I wish I could go for another hour and shit. It is popping up to an end. But you know what, bro? It was seriously an honor having you here.
Thank you, brother.
Can't say it enough, bro. Like I como te digo, it just came from a music standpoint. It just turned into something completely different. So I know you're super happy.
Yeah, definitely. You're welcome here anytime,
Thank
Jimmy.
you, bro.
I mean,
Simón.
just let us know how we can help
Hey,
you.
man.
Promote. Yeah.
Keep
we're
doing
here to
your
help
thing.
you.
I'll keep doing mines, and I'll pull up at some other point, man. We'll ahí vamos, you know.
Whatever we can help you with, whatever we can help each other with, bro.
Amen. Thank you.
100%. All right, but so we're coming to an end. Ladies and gentlemen, it's another run with Mr. Jimmy over here in the house. Y'all got to follow my boy here. We're coming up to an end on this one.
Se acaba de acabar.
Sí, no queremos, pero se va a acabar. Well, for you boys here at Alpha Dynasty Project, EC's up in Vegas somewhere having fun, enjoying. Much love. Catch you next Monday. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this. We definitely want to grow this platform to continue bringing you some fire content just like today. All right, because it could always be a surprise. So make sure you follow, you share, you like, and catch you next Monday, guys. Much love. We out.